What up, weirdos? It's your boy Raindrop, Raindog, Range Rizzle, and my co-host, co-captain, Call Conspirator, Uncle Juju.
What is up, babies?
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to BXTV, aka Back from Hell, your Spotify. Needed to know. And we're back, for the 15,000th time. We're here, not late, hopefully. I think we're early this week. But yeah, welcome back, my dudes. Episode 100 and something. I know it's like 101, I think. 102. I don't know. Either way, though, welcome back. Welcome back. We got some things planned tonight, and I'm pretty excited. Off rip, we have comic book of the week, which is X-Force #1. And the big meat and puddings is Batman the Caped Crusader, the Prime series. Me and Juju have binged it for your guys' pleasure, and we're going to talk about it. Very excited to talk about it. Spoiler alert, it was fucking amazing. But let's get into the first topic, man. Comic book of the week. We have X-Force #1 that came out this past Wednesday, July 31st. We have Jeffrey Thorne on the writing, penciler Marcus 2, and cover artist for cover A was Stefan Segovia. I personally bought the Scotty Young cover. That's the only reason I got this book, and I did not know Deadpool was in this book. Spoiler warning. He's on the A cover, so you kind of know. It also tells you on the Marvel website. But yeah, the team is basically led by Forge, original X-Men, or one of, like, not original, but you know what I'm saying. You have Forge, and then we have Rachel Summers, Betsy Braddock, Sage, Surge, and introducing Tank, who seems to be some robot of some sort. They haven't really gone into him, so I don't know what's up with that guy. And they basically recruit Deadpool to help him with a certain mission, and we're gonna get into that. I won't lie, I didn't hate this. Um, I think that X-Men #1 had better art, but I think this was low key written better.
Yes. I, to the detriment of myself and only myself, I kind of went into this a little confused as to what was going on. But as the action picked up, it kind of became clear what this was about, basically. Um, so I enjoyed it. It was a roller coaster ride for sure, and stark contrast to the one that we did earlier this evening for Twitch, which was Same Twitch #5. So it was kind of a nice like
Yeah,
transition
yeah.
from dark and gritty to your standard Marvel fare, which is done beautifully. By the way, I art wise, I saw nothing that didn't interest me.
No, 100%. And I also will say, for anybody who has a sour taste in their mouth because of Cody Ziegler's ongoing Deadpool run,
Yeah,
I think this kind of like was refreshing. It felt like an actual Deadpool like scenario and story, and he kind of like felt like Deadpool. So it was good, especially after just seeing the movie. It was I was like, all right. So I mean, this came out before the movie, technically, right?
I
No.
believe so.
Yeah, no. I saw the movie last week. I'm tripping. I'm
Yeah.
tripping. Yeah. No, this came out after the movie, so it was nice. Yeah, it was that. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Yeah, no.
And,
Uh, um,
and they do reference that too, by the way, because his interest is like the unofficial movie tie-in
yeah,
that
yeah,
arrived.
yeah. They do play into that. So shout out the writer for realizing like the objective and the goal, and it was to write like a good Deadpool story right after the movie, and I think he nailed that. Um,
Yeah,
the team. I'm not gonna lie. So Deadpool is not on the X Force team, just so you guys know. Uh, he is literally just hired. They give him a bunch of crypto and everything, and
okay,
we'll get into why they hire him. But he's not on the team, and the team is kind of not really interesting in my opinion. I don't really have any attachment to anybody. The only person I really like kind of think is cool is this random robot named Tank. Like I kind of want to know what his deal is. But other than that, like I I don't really think I'm gonna be into the X Force team, to say the least.
yeah. I had no like it wasn't like I didn't know who everybody was, but I kind of had like no idea. You
No,
know,
I
like
feel you. I mean, well, they're newer. Like a lot of them are newer
yeah,
people, and to be fair, you didn't read any of the last
yeah,
X-Men or
yeah. That's
mutant
to
stories.
my detriment. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
but I mean, I don't know, like I don't know. I don't think the team is very strong. I think the art was fun. So basically the story is there's these like these like mutant like sludge monsters attacking a bunch of people, and they hired Deadpool to show up and help them, and all of the blue sludge monsters gloop together and make one giant fucking like uh
yeah.
just like kaiju fucking
Kaiju.
sludge
Yeah,
monster. And when they try to blast a hole through it, it does nothing. It heals itself. So what does Forge do? Biggest prick move in the book. He was planning on doing it from the jump. He hired Deadpool because he realized that he is just constantly brewing cancer in him. So he throws Deadpool into the monster's mouth, feeds it to him, and there's just this panel of Deadpool getting digested and in pain. And he's basically like, in 3 days' time, you'll like the monster will die and you'll come out and you'll be fine. But
yeah,
it's like apparently super painful at the moment, and like Forge just leaves him there like a fucking asshole. So the X Force team is definitely doing whatever they have to get shit done, and they don't
yeah,
really care who they have to dispose. I mean, they used Wade, who's a merc with a mouth. Um,
yeah,
so I don't. I think they realize like even if he tells anybody what they did, they're not gonna care because they're like it's Wade. Fuck it. Um, but it was pretty fucked up. I made a little YouTube video about the whole thing about Deadpool's appearance exactly. So if you guys go look through the YouTube, there's a video about it and everything. So if you want a little bit more detail, but I don't know, man. I didn't hate the story, but I didn't love the team exactly, and I don't know if I'm gonna be buying number two. I don't think it was a bad book, but it just like I don't think I care. I just don't think I
yeah.
care. If that's like if I could just be honest.
So we're like hanging out in 7, 8, not even like 6, 7 territory. You know.
So I'll be honest. I think I think for an intro book, it was probably a 7 or an 8, but it's really probably a 7 because I don't think this is gonna be as good without Deadpool if he's not in the next issue, which he probably isn't because it says it's just a special cameo or whatever. So I don't know. Sorry for my dog if anybody can hear him barking. But I just don't think it's gonna be as entertaining next issue. So I think it banks a lot on the Deadpool like experience, and I just don't think there'll be much to like. I don't think there'll be much there.
Yeah, and they also had like this. They're trying to do like this overarching storyline of like there are these like what is it like portals or something like the Earth is cracking or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
So oh yeah, we skipped over that. There's these little
Yeah.
spheres that basically like are the Earth or some shit like that, and they're starting to crack. So Forge is trying to mend them, and this is one of the mends, I guess, is getting rid of these
Yeah.
monsters. I don't know. Sinister is also behind the monsters, from what I remember. So
Yes, they showed him in one of
yeah.
the like computer things. So
Because what it was is he was working on some kind of mutant gene thing, and it got
yeah,
loose, and that's what that
and it was
was.
like well, they said alien and mutant like
Yeah, some weird
genetics
shit.
or some shit. Like yeah,
I mean, dude, it probably really is like a 6.5, a 7 for the story, and the art. I give the art a 8. I'll be nice. The art
yeah,
was pleasant. Like the art was not like, especially all the panels where Deadpool's like covered in guck and shit like that, whatever you want to call
yeah.
that space goo monster.
Or even like the group shots are great. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
really
for
good.
sure. For surely.
You know. So
I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'd pull it though. I don't know. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not getting issue 2. I got issue 1 for the Scotty Young cover, and it happened to work out to be a decent comic book of the week. I wasn't mad about reading it. Like, there's nothing really flawed. I just don't think I care about it. It wasn't like
yeah,
super. There wasn't anything that made me want to really get into any of the characters other than Tank, because you don't know who he
yeah,
is, like at all. Like, he doesn't
yeah,
say anything. Like, he just does shit for Forge.
yeah, and they even introduced like a new mutant that I was like, okay, who's this? Like, okay,
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's.
cool.
I think there's just a lot that we haven't read,
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's a good thing. That the number one. I don't know. I think there's just a lot of new mutants we're not familiar with because we haven't been reading a lot of the mutant
yeah,
X-Men comic books, so in the past year or two, so or even couple years.
yeah. That again, that's not really influencing the score so much. Is that it's a detriment on us, not on the book itself.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't take anything off the score for not knowing a character. I took
Yeah,
everything off the score because nothing in the story made me want to like get into that character more,
yeah,
you know? And I've read plenty of books where I don't know the character and I immediately am like, "Oh, I need to know more about this character."
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
I think X-Men is a better pool. I think X-Men number 1 was more promising than this was, honestly.
yeah, yeah. I have to
And
agree.
I don't know if that says a lot because a lot of people didn't like the X-Men number 1. We were kind of on the ladder, like, you know what I mean? Like, we were kind of on the lower end of or what, on the higher end of the scale for that one.
Yeah, we were being generous.
Yeah, so I think it's just that, like, me and you are semi easy to please as long as, like, I understand what is going on
Yes.
and I don't hate looking at it. Like, because I don't really think. I think some people overinvest themselves into comic books. Like, and it's the same thing people do with shows and movies. Look at the Star Wars franchise. We're not going to go on
Yes.
this rabbit hole, but the
No, no,
biggest
no.
problem with Star Wars is that the fans forgot that like they don't make the movies. They started. I think a lot of the
Yep.
problem is a lot of. I'm sorry, you might disagree with me, but like Phantom Menace. I think people hated Phantom Menace because they imagined something else and they got that instead.
Oh yeah, no, that's no, that is a thing. Like people kind of forget that Star Wars had three movies, and that it took almost a decade for three movies to make because you
I
had
don't know.
nineteen
It's
seventy seven. You had Return of the Jedi 81, and you had Empire Strikes Back 81, 80, and then 85 you had Return of the Jedi, and then for 30 years you had a blank slate that was being filled with all this expanded universe and everybody playing in the same sandbox.
no 100%, and I can tell you this right now. I don't know a single '90s baby who doesn't enjoy Phantom Menace.
It took me a long ass time. It really did to kind of divorce myself from what I thought the movie should have been to what it is
Dude,
and enjoying what
I
it
own
is.
2 copies of Phantom Menace. I own one
Yeah.
open on VHS and one sealed. And I rewatched. I had 2 people come over and hang out the other day, and we just threw Phantom Menace on while we were talking and chilling. And like, I low key was watching it, and I was like, dude, like, why does this look better than the Acolyte? Like, straight up. Like
Yeah.
when they're in space and like all that shit, and like when they're just like walking around, it like I don't know, like especially like the space scenes, like when like I thought the Acolyte. Let's not go down this rabbit hole. Let's not go down this rabbit hole. But back to comic book material. Um,
Yes.
Amazon Prime actually did something, or Amazon themselves, Amazon Video did something fucking immaculate recently, and that
Hmm.
is Batman Caped Crusader. I mean, guys, if you love Batman the animated series, I think this is literally that, but now. like
Yeah.
set in a different time period, and just it feels like it. Like I'm so invested.
Yeah.
I want to, and it the coolest thing is we're rewatching it happen. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like watching a like this masterpiece be made again, but completely different, and it just hits. Just so
It hits every spot.
yeah, dude.
Every spot.
Every fucking spot. And the cast is stacked, dude. Hamish
Yes.
Linklater, or however you say his name, as Batman and Bruce, which I love. We will get into it, but I was iffy on him, not because of his voice, but the actual Batman himself is kind of a dick to Alfred. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll get into that though. Jamie Chung as Harley Quinn, Minnie Driver as Oswalda Cobblestone. Penguin is a female in this series, which actually was really good. I
Yes.
really enjoyed Diedrich Bader as Harvey Dent, Two Face, which was fucking amazing. That guy needs to win an award for his Two Face fucking role. Diedrich Bader, I think
Oh
is how
yeah,
you
DJ. You know he
Diedrich.
was in.
You want to read these names? Here, go read off who everybody's
Tell me.
playing it and all
All
that.
right. So Diedrich Bader, and he was also in the Beverly Hillbillies movie. That's where I know him
Uh,
from, and from
okay.
from the Sun.
Well, keep reading the names. Just go through the names so we can talk about the show.
Yeah, sure. Christina Ricci was Catwoman. Crystal Joy Brown was Barbara Gordon. McKenna Grace was Natalie Knight. I like her a lot.
Yeah,
Reed Scott was Onomatopoeia.
that was a cool one. That one felt like mob as fuck. That's the guy I'm thinking of, right? With the mask. Is that
Yeah,
onomatopoeia?
yeah, because he's the one going smack
Yeah,
hammered.
yeah, yeah.
Tom Kinney played Firebug, who I actually really liked. I
That
liked
was
him
a
a
good
lot.
episode. That was a really. That was the episode that made me realize, like, oh, this shit is real. Like, this shit is not fucking around.
Yes. Dan Donahue played Clayface.
Which also was so fucking good.
Yeah. Eric Morgan Stewart played Commissioner Jim Gordon. Jason Watkins played Alfred Pennyworth. I've seen him in a bunch of BBC stuff. He's really good. John DiMaggio was Bullock, who I really liked. Um, and Michelle Bonella was police officer Montoya.
All right. Which I also like that they have like a female cop being like big dog. So basically, dudes,
Yeah,
if I'm correct, it's based in like the 1930s, 1940s, and Batman doesn't have all this high tech gear. Spoiler warnings right now. He mainly, dude, I love this Batman. He mainly uses smoke grenades, a fucking
and the battery.
a batarang, a grapple gun, and he just beats ass.
Yes, yeah,
Like he is just throwing punch for punch. And he's brutal. Like this Batman
yeah,
is not like to crime. He's not sympathetic. Like more than usual, it feels like. Like if this feels like a year one kind of Batman mentality. Like
yeah.
he's he's just like it feels like very early stage Batman, and he's just like trying to beat any crime there is, and he is doing
Yeah.
anything, any means necessary, and it's just,
Hmm.
dude, he is a fucking force. Like, and it's just so good, man. Like down to character design. I mean everything. It even feels like a comic book.
Yeah.
Like it watches as like a comic book story. It's so good, man. And Juju's fucking son was sucked in watching
He
fucking.
like kept telling him like, okay, after this episode it's bedtime. After this episode it's bedtime. I finished it and I was like, all right, Tony, sorry man, we got nothing.
Like this is it. Like I was trying to be cool, Dad, and this is what it.
Yeah.
And you've just experienced what nerding out is. You experienced the highs and then the
The
low.
lows.
The low.
And she's like,
He's probably gonna wake up.
Fun.
Go ahead.
It was fun too because like I think the first episode he watched with me was not the ghost one, but the one before.
Okay.
Um, so when it came to the ghost one, it was like, all right, we get a paranormal Batman story, which
Gentleman
I've
Ghost.
been saying I wanted for a long
Well,
time,
that
and the fact that
yeah, that was what I was gonna
it,
bring up.
yeah,
I really like that there's two paranormal stories in this
yes,
Batman show. Like that was they've done it though. They've done Batman with ghosts. Like there's a whole thing on you can watch it on HBO Max. It's with John Constantine. It's really fucking good. A famous like there's a GIF that everybody uses with Batman this ghost.
okay.
But
Um, but what I liked was that they didn't do a Scooby Doo ending, where it's like the phantom projection or
no,
this is the
no, no. It's
mythology.
like
It was like no, it's a straight ghost story.
yeah. And it felt it I don't know why, but because it's 1930s, 1940s, it feels more believable that there's like these ghost presence and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And just before we really get into it, the Batmobile is fucking back, baby. Like
yeah,
Batmobile is sick. Like I love everything though, but I mean, it was all just so good, dude. Like I mean,
it was funny.
I said this in the beginning and off rip, I just like I don't know. It felt like the animated series. Like it just like it felt like you could just it felt drawn. It felt like a cartoon, but it had like adult tones and unlike X Force, every character just
Yeah,
made you want to like see more. You know what I mean? Like you see them all get arrested, which is like I'm curious to see how this works out. Um but you're just like, no, 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 don't get arrested. I want to see you like, I want to see you out and about like committing more crimes. I want to see your lore like of like, because like they're all getting started, man. That's the best part.
yeah,
It's like them fresh into it.
yep. And one aspect too that I would like to point out is that if there was any CGI in that show, it is literally seamless. You cannot tell
Oh,
what is
100%.
animated and what's CGI.
I could not tell either. I have no idea. I don't know how they did the animation, but I love it. I said this on the pod on Twitch the other night. By the way, guys, we stream on Twitch every Friday and Saturdays at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can talk in the chat for an hour, let us know what you think, and just scream. Doesn't matter. But one thing I was saying, after watching the whole series, this definitely needs like a comic adaptation.
Yes.
Like, and I don't mean like take the episodes and make them a comic book. I mean like branch out and
Branch out.
explore Gotham and all the little crime and like the stuff you can't get into the 23 25 minutes that they are because they are only 23 25 minutes long. Like it
Yeah, no, it's not long at all.
this took me literally fucking 2 sittings. Like
I started watching at like 7, at like
yeah.
6 or 7.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Um,
I started last night,
I
went to
went
bed.
from this. I was like, as soon as I get home.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's so good on like a good screen. Like
Yes, and um, I love the Batman suit in this.
oh yeah,
I
dude.
I
I
love the ears.
yeah, yeah. He looks sick, dude. He he's so fire, man. Like my my LCS velocity, I was emailing them my FOC for this week and
Yeah,
I was like, "So what'd you think of Caped Crusader?" And he was like, "Pat, the owner, was like, I've only seen the first couple episodes, but I absolutely love it and think we needed it right now." And I was like, 100%. Like we needed a good Batman like animated ongoing series because I definitely know this is getting a season 2 the way it ended,
oh yes, oh yeah. Which we're
which
not.
we're not gonna talk about yet. We're gonna talk
No,
about how it ends because that I was waiting the whole time for that motherfucker. And sure enough, dude. But yeah, I mean, dude, so straight up, who's your Who are your top 3? No. Who are your top 2 character designs?
Up to character design. All right, I gotta say, I loved Alfred's design,
I love
and
Fat
I loved
Alfred.
how they,
I
yeah,
I love Fat Alfred, bro.
and I gotta say, the Gentleman Ghost was also my favorite design because
Okay.
I loved his aesthetic. I love when they do like you know basically the past meets the present kind of deal,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
introduce it in a supernatural way. And I loved his design. To be honest, I loved when he came out of the fireplace and when he goes back
That
into the fireplace.
that was my favorite clip in the whole episode. Was him in the fireplace. That was definitely my favorite animation
Yeah,
scene, whatever, in the whole episode. For me, those are solid picks. You know my two. My two are Clayface. I thought Clayface's design and lore and everything
yes,
was perfect. Like it actually being like this weird clay shit. But I love the face with the top hat with like in the fucking knife. That's actually my Discord
yeah,
profile pic. But my favorite character design in the whole fucking show over the bat suit, because when he becomes him, oh my god, dude. So Harvey Dent, his whole transition throughout the whole show, which I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's
no,
dead. Harvey's whole transition into Two-Face, dude, was immaculate. And then when he becomes Two-Face, the way he looks like some Mike Magnolia type shit. Like it looks like a straight up comic book panel every time they show his face.
yeah.
Like just like the black hollowness, like it's just black hollow. Like I love it. I am fully in love with it. And I was screaming, no, no, you can't die, you can't die, you can't die, you can't die, you can't die. I need more of him, 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 dude. He's so good. So I genuinely think the Harvey Dent character design is my favorite, and then it would be Clayface. But then if I had to pick a third, it would be Alfred or Batman.
Yeah. Um, I mean, dude, Clayface has always been one of my favorite villains, and
I know, when I saw that, I was like, I feel like Gigi's gonna love this.
to be honest with you, I loved how in the animated series he's based off of Clark Gable. In this one, he's based more off of like a Vincent Price kind
Okay,
of
yeah,
character.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like he's talking about how he's always playing the villain or the monster or like the bad guy or whatever, and he really wanted to be the the leading man, and that was just his whole fucking mental process of like
Yeah.
I gotta fix this face, and it just I also loved how in the original incarnation of the character, when he turned into Clayface, he kind of was like, "Oh my god, what did I do to me?" But in this one, he's just like, "Yeah, I can fucking be anybody I want to be. Like, this is the greatest acting
Yeah,
role of all time." You
yeah,
know, like
100%. I loved his mentality. I loved all of it. The lore, I mean, everything they gave us, and I'm very excited to see where he goes. He was also brutal. He was just stabbing the fuck out of people.
yeah,
And then him and Batman have that sword fight on the stairs. That was sick.
very Errol Flynn.
Yeah, that was sick as fuck. But yeah, dude. I mean, there genuinely wasn't a single thing I didn't like. I even loved the Harley Quinn thing. Like
Yeah,
that was so good. Um,
I mean, again, that's another character who is up in the. I think that phone call may have been like a recording of some sort. Like that's my theory.
okay, okay. I don't know, dude. I don't know what she's doing. And that's why I think there's definitely going to be a season 2,
Oh
because
yeah,
I mean, it basically ends like the show ends, and then there's a cut scene, and it's a random shack in the middle of Gotham, and everybody's tied up and they're laughing. They're just laughing and have this hysterical face.
They're laughing. Yep.
And then you see this dude with a fucking needle, and you just see
Yeah.
and you just see his eyes and his hair a little bit. And I think he says finally or something like that.
It's like, oh, perfect. It's like
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, perfect. That's what he says. So I'm assuming that's Joker. Like,
I I think so too. Um, or the Joker is one of the victims of this guy
okay, okay.
because there's like
I don't know,
something
man.
about them.
I think I think the way the show's going, everybody has a unique character design for the most part. I think Joker is going to be very different than what we're used to, and
Oh yeah.
I think over time he's gonna like develop the clown aspect. I don't think that's gonna be an immediate thing. I think it's gonna be like a Two-Face
No.
scenario where he like develops it.
Yep. And I also think, um, no, I agree with you actually. Like that is logical because I mean, you look at the way they did Two Face too. They played out his entire arc in basically season to season because he started out as Harvey Dent and ended as fucking Two Face. So I can see them 100% doing that with the Joker because he's so seminal too to the Batman lore that it's like if you rush it, if you give him just one episode to be the Joker, that's not enough.
100%. 100%. Especially like what I was saying earlier, like we're watching all these characters unfold like right in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, like they're all like this is like pretty much their beginning clean slate. So I think the Joker, we're gonna watch him become the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker.
And
The
I
Joker.
mean, even Selena Kyle, they took her origin story and put a spin to it where
Oh
originally I
yeah.
think she was a street kid who was just stealing shit. Now she's a former
Well, her dad committed
millionaire
like
fraud.
fraud. Yeah, yeah. I was about to say tax fraud or some shit.
And I love the fucking maid that she has. It's so
Oh, then she robs her at the end. She's not bitchy. She ain't been paid in 3 years. I'd be bitchy too. You're cleaning up this bitch every day and like getting talked down to and like forced to do all this shit, and
like
you're watching her steal all this nice shit and like she's not paying you.
it.
Fuck that.
It gave me Will and Grace vibes with Rosario. and,
I won't lie.
Selena.
I didn't watch Will and Grace. I knew what it was, but I did not watch Will and Grace growing up. That was one I always kind of like skipped over.
It's really funny. Like, especially in the later seasons when they kind of get over the whole like gay thing, it's really, really
I don't have
funny.
a problem with that, but
No, but uh, and also like, was she supposed to be Talia al Ghul, or was that
who?
just a girl named Talia, the little girl who was the soul sucker?
Her name was it was Natalia.
Natalia. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. The Nocturne episode or whatever.
Yes, which I also thoroughly enjoyed that. I even told Tony, it's like, he's like, oh yeah, they're going to like a carnival, and I'm like, it's a carnival in Gotham. Nothing good can come
Yeah,
out of
you don't
this.
want to be there. Sure enough, kids go missing. It's like, yep, there you go. But yeah, man, I think the show was paced extremely well. I think
Yes.
every episode was entertaining. And I think it ended on a great fucking cliffhanger.
Yes.
And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm more than fucking excited for season 2 and however many more seasons they want to give us of this shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm fully on board. I'm locked and loaded. I give it a 10 out of fucking 10. I recommend everybody go check out Caped Crusader. I mean, Prime has been killing it on comic book adaptations and
Yeah.
like
I mean, I was kind of stunned. I thought originally this would have been a Mac show, but it was on Amazon Prime, and I was like, oh, all right.
yeah, no, I
But
mean
definitely. But I mean,
Yeah, you would have thought because they have all the DC shit.
yeah, and also like Batman, like the animation style is so similar to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
different
There's been a lot of
that like
comparisons to it online. Like a lot of like
oh
that one scene at the end where he throws the batarang through the mobster's
yes,
window and the lightning strikes. A lot of people have been posting that and the one clip from Batman the Animated Series.
from Batman, yeah, the intro, um, and I mean honestly, deservedly so. I mean, this is easily, I think, one of the best Batman shows ever made.
Easily. It's gonna be up
Straight
there.
up,
It'll definitely be up
yeah,
there. It's so good, man. And it's so bingeable. Like it had you and your
yeah.
son by the balls, bro. Like
Like Rainey's just like, all right, 12:30, and I'm like, I don't think we're gonna be on at 12:30. Like, I'm sorry, dude.
yeah, it's 2:30 now. Like no, it's cool, dude, cuz like I wasn't ready until 12:15. So like
Okay.
I didn't finish until 12:15 cuz like I wasn't that wasn't a show I wanted to rush. I wanted to and
Yeah.
then when you sent me the picture of you and Lil Tony watching it, I was like, "No, dude. Like y'all watch as long as you need to watch and do what you need to do." Like cuz I think I texted you like take your
Yeah.
time. Like I'm not in like a rush. Like cuz I saw that picture and I was like, "Dude, anything to get a kid hooked on Batman."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that
Oh no, dude! I started with the Harley Quinn episode with him because he asked me what was the childhood trauma of
oh,
Batman,
okay. Okay.
and I had to kind of like explain to him a little bit,
Like
like,
his parents passed away.
yeah,
Okay, yeah. You had to like appropriately explain how they passed away.
yeah,
Yeah,
because he was like, Bruce Wayne is cop, and I'm like, no, Bruce Wayne is a millionaire. There's a difference.
he's a millionaire who plays vigilante. He's a millionaire who
Yeah.
plays secret cop. That's what he
And he's
does.
also like, why
That's
are
what
the
he
cops after Batman? And I'm like, because what he's doing is illegal.
that and a lot of them are in the pocket of
Or-
criminals.
yes, and dude, Bullock and
Whatever his
fucking
other
what
name
was the
was.
other one? Yeah. Well, first of all, Harvey Bullock. As a character, I've seen him in other incarnations, like Gotham, for instance, where
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Gordon's partner. Yeah, he's kind of corrupt, but like at the same time, he's also a cop. So
Is
like
it Williams?
doing this shit. Uh,
His name
I
Williams?
think it's something with an S.
I don't see any S's on the cast.
May have been. Um,
I think it was Williams. Because
yeah,
Gary Anthony Williams. Oh no, it's Gary Anthony. Is the name Gary Anthony or Gary Anthony?
Gary Anthony Williams is
The voice actor.
it's the actor, voice actor. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know.
um,
I don't know what the other guy's name was, but yeah, they were great. The Dirty Cops were great.
yes,
I definitely enjoyed them. I thought they added a lot. And dude, I had to screenshot it. The end scene where Batman takes the gun and puts it. I
yes.
thought he actually shot Homeboy, the
Mm,
the guy in the blue suit, the dirty cop, and he just shoots
yeah,
the gun like 8 times around him, and then throws the gun in the water. I was like, that was the most gangster shit ever. Like, this just shows you how like against crime Batman is. Like, this is like he's angry, which I think is
yeah.
I think it also shows you how fucking angry he is though, because he wanted to scare that guy. He wanted to be like, I'm not
Yeah.
fucking around, bro. I could have ended you 8 times.
And honest to God, if I had been Batman, I was thinking to myself this too
I
because
really thought he
Tony
shot him,
Soprano
dude.
was
I
like,
really thought he shot him.
I told Tony, I was like, Batman never will never use a gun unless he's absolutely like forced to, because he hates gun. He thinks having a gun is
Well,
an
that,
unfair advantage.
well, that, and he also has a no kill rule for the most part.
Yes, and when he threw it in, no, sorry, when he threw it in the ocean, I was thinking to myself, like, if I were Batman, the world's greatest detective, I would have held on to that gun and traced as many murders to it as I
Oh, true.
could.
True. Well, this is 1930s. He doesn't have all that.
Fair,
I
but
like I like all of his gadgets. Like he has like the newspaper reader that zooms in on the
yeah,
newspaper and like you hear the clicking sounds when he's doing it. Like they did a really
no,
good
yeah,
job with the little details.
or like the glass mat, like map where like the bat computer would be, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
moving pegs,
Yeah,
like,
dude. And he has like
or even the fact that, like, again,
the
he's not
most
really using technology. Like, maybe the
no.
most technological thing is like the phone in the car.
That's literally what I was gonna say. That was literally what I was just about to say. Was him having a phone in the car is the most technical, like advanced fucking thing he has. And
Yeah.
once again, I'm so sorry, but as soon as that Batmobile goes on sale, I'm getting one.
Oh, if they do a Lego one, I'm buying two. One for the box, one for me. Yeah.
Because you know it'll be worth money. You know it'll be worth
Uh,
money. You got to start doing that. You got to start paying for your hobby. You know what I mean? Like, don't suck the fun out of the hobby. But like, if you know a Lego set is gonna be worth money, like just buy two on pre-order and fucking sell the other one and pay for both of them. You know what I mean?
oh
Like,
yeah.
get yours for free. It's a blessing if you get some on top, but it's always best just to get your shit for free.
Yes. The cool part is with those sets, if you just sit on them for a couple of years, they'll be worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Because once they discontinue a set, that's it.
My buddy is visiting his cousin and aunts and uncles, and they have a whole room. They've been building Legos for like 14 years. They have like whole towns built that I've never seen, like sets, because like they stopped for like 5 years and just got back into it. They have like the Avengers Tower now, but they have a
Okay.
bunch of like city stuff that I've never seen. Like my buddy's girlfriend just got the jazz club and built it.
Yeah.
The jazz club is sick, dude.
I love their modular buildings, but the ones that I love are the, like, this is gonna sound really fruity, but please hear me out. The Disney castle, because
Okay.
like on the front side is all like the intricate details of the architecture, and it looks like the fucking Cinderella castle, but in the back it has all the rooms that are themed to like various Disney
Yeah,
characters. So I
yeah.
kind of like when they have, where it's not the complete building where you can just spin it around and you can see the interior. Like
All
Elliot
right,
Spider's house is not like that.
I
So
understand that.
I have to,
I totally get it,
like,
dude.
yeah.
Or
They
bang.
have the Barad-dûr Lord of the Rings Lego set that is like $1,000, and that shit looks amazing. Like,
Wait, which one?
they have Barad-dûr. It's
Oh
basically
yeah,
the Tower of
yeah,
the
yeah.
Eye.
No, Emma. So Emma's friend Sammy, he tore his ACL. It was like 500 beans or something, cause they bought it for him and he built it. Emma's friend has that. Emma's friend has that. They all bought it as a gift for him.
That would go nicely on my breakfast table.
Dude, yeah, no, 100%. You have any last thoughts or opinions about Cape Crusader?
Um, Honestly, one of the greatest Batman shows ever made, hands down. Goes up there nicely with Batman Beyond and the animated series. I'll even throw Justice League in there. Um, I love the fact that it is Batman doing what Batman does best, which is investigating and being the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the same thing, man. It is much needed in the world right now, comic book material, and I love it. I have no complaints. 10 out of 10. I'm so excited for season 2, and I think everybody should watch it. Make sure you follow us on all platforms at BrainDeadXTV, and remember, never offended and always recommended, my dudes. Later.